Hello, my name is Ebube, and I am here to share with you tips for your study abroad journey. And one of the things we're going to be talking about today is how to write a cold email. If you are at this point, it would mean that you have been able to identify a professor or a research lab that you would want to work with. It means that they are also in alignment with what it is that you want to study abroad. So, whether it be master's or PhD, there is every likelihood that if it's research based or research focused, you may likely have to send out a cold email. Not all school requires this actually. My school did not really require that. We get an advisor or a supervisor or someone. However, depending on the requirements or depending on the peculiarity of your case, it may be very important for you to take this step. If it is very required that you get someone who is going to want to work with you, then you need this. A cold email is what you send to them to tell them about yourself. It's like something you do when you meet someone for the first time, more like an elevator pitch, but very different. So you tell them about yourself and you also tell them what you know about them and how these two things tie, more like the common ground between you and them. So first of all is that your email subject should be very specific. I'd usually prefer people to say prospective master's student, prospective PhD student, or prospective master student interest, prospective advisee, depending on what exactly it is you are sending out, like the reason why you are sending out that email. Make it clear, make it simple, make it in such a way that once they read the subject, they understand why you are sending out that email. The second thing is your salutation, how you address them. Always make sure that you address them properly by their name, by the title that they hold. So, professor, first name and last name, doctor, first name and last name. Professor, make sure you type it out in full. It should not be half and half, right? But Dr. DR works very fine. The next thing is your paragraph, the body of the letter, what you want to say out to them. Keep it brief, keep it simple. Give a micro introduction of yourself, who you are, what you do, and your current research interest. What you are meant to do here is to tell them your name. Mind you, they don't know you yet, right? And most likely you haven't even applied yet. So what you should do is tell them my name. My name is rather your name, but yeah, my name is Ebubechuku Uba. That's my name. Then, depending on your situation, if you're applying for a PhD or if you're applying for a master's degree, what you can say is, my name is Ebubechuku Uba. I am interested in a master's degree in this department. All right. Now, let's say if it's a master's degree, but I am still in the university, let's say my final year in the university, I could say, I'm currently in my final year in the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Do you get? But let's say you have graduated. The best thing you can say is, my name is Ebubechuku Uba. I am currently working as this. I am interested in pursuing a master's degree or a PhD degree in the Department of Computer Science. I am interested in the user interface design for the blind. I don't know, but something like that. And then you can say you graduated. So I graduated with a 4.2 from the Department of Computer Science, and my undergraduate thesis was in this and this. Now, that's a good way to introduce yourself. But I would usually like that people add a little bit about what they're interested in now for this next step. So you can say, and I am currently interested in furthering if what you are doing has been in line with what you've always been doing. But if it's a new thing, you can say, and I got interested in this. This is what I want to pursue. You tell them that current thing that you're interested in pursuing. Now, your second paragraph should show some form of reason why you are interested in that professor or in that research group. Remember that we said you could get some form of assistantship or funding through research groups, right? So, what if you've identified them? Why are you interested in them? That's what your next paragraph should say. So, if it's a professor, you could say that you're interested in them because of a publication of theirs that you read, and this is what that publication said. This is how it spoke to that interest of yours, and that is why you are interested in working with them. If it's a research lab, it could be that there is a project currently ongoing there, and that this project perfectly fits this interest of yours. These are even the things you have done. Now, this will now lead us to the third paragraph where you show your skills. You tell us what it is about you that fits perfectly into that group or that fits perfectly into what that professor is trying to do. So the third paragraph is where you would now tell them these are the skills that I have. This is currently what I am doing. This is how this thing ties. I remember your first paragraph, you've introduced yourself, you've told them the reason why you're interested in what they are doing. But your third paragraph kind of ties the first and the second paragraph together. So you tell them, oh, these are the skills that I have. Currently, I have Python experience. I use it in my current place of work, or I have this, these are the projects I have done with it. You can maybe say something like, um, I have maybe worked as a research assistant with so and so person. I have this publication. Look for something that you have done that shows that you've not been idle all this while, right? That you have the skills that they require there. You can be relevant if that professor decides to choose you. Now, your final paragraph should end very enthusiastically, very positive, very optimistic, because you've told them who you are, you've told them why you're interested in them, you've even told them your technical and your soft skills. Your final paragraph should say something like that you are very confident that you will be a valuable addition to their team. You mention the name of the professor or the clinic or the project that the person is working. You should show that you've actually done research, right? Don't just come to say something that is generic. So that final paragraph should specifically say that you are sure, that you are confident, you are going to be a good addition to their team. And then you can reiterate by saying, because of these technical skills that you have or these soft skills, but also let them understand that you are actually open to learning, just in case of course, we do not know everything. So, just in case you are short of something, let them understand that you're also willing to learn from them. Then finally, you say that you've attached your CV, or maybe it's your transcript, or if you have a portfolio that you want to add, maybe you're in the arts, and of course, there's a portfolio or some jobs that you've done or a publication that you have. You just tell them that you're going to attach it to it. Don't attach a lot of documents. So your CV can bring everything together in one place, and you attach it while you send the email, and then you end with sincerely your first and your last name, and maybe anything that you think is relevant to identify you or to tie you to them. However, it's usually very good for you to leave that final name as it is, your first name and your last name. That's it. Now, before I round off, I want to tell you the things you should not do. And one of the first things you should not do is to be generic. You don't want to come off as you're not putting effort into that email, because that may not be the only professor you've even sent out a cold email to. But you still don't want to appear as if you just copied another cold email and sent. You want it to look specially crafted for and to that particular professor or to that research lab that you're sending it to. And that means you have to research the professor, research their work, research the projects that are ongoing or that have been completed. find a way to always tie it back to you and what you are doing and how both of you are good fit for each other. All right. Another thing you should not do is sound desperate. Don't sound like you are, you know, if people don't give me this thing, I will die. You no, you need to sound confident of yourself, sound optimistic, sound very positive. The thing about it is you need to be able to say you are a superhero without saying you are a superhero, right? You need to be able to say I am relevant without necessarily saying I am relevant. That's the essence of it. And then do not send out lengthy emails. Don't make it long. Remember, short, brief, simple, very concise, and very straight to the point. Be very exact. Say what it is that you want to say. Most likely, leave it at 300 to 500 words, and that is perfect. And finally, ensure that you always review what it is you've written. Do not send it out without reviewing. Ask someone else to read it yourself for typos and errors or spelling issues. Make sure that their name is correct. All these little things. It's like saying Nancy and then you spell a different name or you mix the A and the N. Already the person feels like you didn't put in effort. So you want to show them that I am very, very conscious, I am exact about what I am doing, and I want to actually work with you. All right. So that's it about writing a cold email. If you have been able to write one, send it out, and you can share with me your testimonies about how it went. And hopefully, I see you in the United States. Have a great day. Bye.